Today I'm going to make a poster frame using these scrap pieces of wood, and we'll get to it right now. Okay, the first thing that we need is a backer board for the poster. So I have an old piece of wainscoting here, 1/8 of an inch, and I'm just going to lay the poster on and outline it. Okay, now what we're going to do is just cut the piece out to size. Okay, now I'm going to cut the frame to size. I'm going to cut them down to 1-inch strips like this one right here. Okay, now the width of our backing board is 11. So we want to reduce the frames by 1/4 of an inch. So the frames are going to be 10 3/4. I'm going to do that right now. You have to take into account that we're going to put a rabbet in the frame later, so the backer board sits in there. Okay, now using my Craftsman miter saw. Craftsman makes great tools, just a plug to them by the way. I'm just going to miter the corners of the frame. Okay, now the length of the piece is 16.5. So when we make the length for the frame, we're going to have it 16.25. And that's from mitered edge to mitered edge. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to cut a rabbet in the back side of the frame. Like that. Okay, now I set up a jig to get the frame square, and now I'm just going to put a couple of brads in it. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're just going to glue the poster to the backing board. A couple of tiny brad holes I'm just going to fill. Okay, I'm going to sand it a little bit so it takes the finish evenly. Okay, so there's the basic frame. Now I could leave it as is with the sharp corners, but I think I'm going to take it over to the router table, and I'm going to use a round over bit, and I'm going to make the edges a little bit more fancy, give it a little bit more dimension. Now I'm just using whatever I have laying around the house to make this frame. So to hang it, I am just going to put a couple of screws on the side, one screw on each side, and I'm just going to use this wire. If I had other things to use, I probably would, but you know, use what you got. Yeah, this is and this picture is extremely light, so you don't need anything heavy duty to hold it up. Okay, so I looked at the stain I have laying around, and I decided to go with a dark walnut. We'll see how this goes on. Now that the stain dried, we're going to put a little bit of this Wipe On Poly Minwax Clear Satin. Give it a little shine. Okay, now I'm going to put the picture in, and I'm just going to pin it with a couple of really thin nails, and then I'm going to pin it back. Just to hold it in place. The frame's done. I can hang it on the wall now in the old man cave. Put it up with all the other paraphernalia, the concert posters, pictures, and movie posters. But a classic Dracula, Bela Lugosi poster, I kind of dig that. Easy project to do with some scrap pieces of wood laying around the garage. Nice way to spend a Sunday. Now I think I'll finish it up watching little Judas Priest. See you till next time.